Hello everyone, and welcome to more r/Entitled Parents. Today we'll be checking out 3 different stories. In the first one, a Karen kicks a girl's broken ankle. In the second one, an entitled mom freaks out at OP when OP tells her kid to stop throwing broken glass at people. And the third one is about a person thinking she's entitled to the COVID vaccine before everyone else. And before we jump into these, look at how butt-clenchingly terrifying this video is. That kid's just running back and forth along that ledge without a care in the world. I guess when you're that young, there's really not much to fear, is there? You can even see that kid kind of stumbled at the end before getting back to the window. Okay, that's terrifying. Let's jump into these stories. This story's called, "Entitled Mom Wants Me Banned from Football Because Her Daughter Broke My Ankle." So this happened when I was about 11 to 12 years old. I played for a local girls football/soccer team as the goalie. We played on a field not far from my house for home games. We went up against another local team in the county tournament. This team had a girl on it who I'll call N. N's mother, entitled mom, was a known problem. She'd scream if her daughter was so much as touched, and had been known to be threatening to both parents and players. N was lovely, and we actually knew each other from school. There was a friendly sort of rivalry between us. About halfway through the first half, N came at the goal and we ended up both going for the ball at the same time. Her foot connected hard with my ankle and I immediately knew it was broken. N had apparently heard the break and helped me to the ground, yelling for help. When I looked down, my foot was at a very strange angle. Both coaches helped me off the pitch. N was beside me holding my hand, both of us crying. Other players were gathering around, but the coaches told them to step back and give me some space. My parents appeared and sat with me while my team's coach called for an ambulance. At this point, entitled mom appears. I hear her before I see her. "What's going on? N, get back on the field." N responds, "Mom, I broke OP's ankle. I want to stay with her. I'll be red carded anyway." For those who don't know, usually if there's a foul, you'd get a yellow card, and 2 yellow cards cause you to be red carded and sent off. However, if a foul is particularly bad or causes serious injury, you're red carded straight away. Entitled mom goes on, "Red carded? Why? Because she didn't get out of the way in time?" My mom cuts in, "No, because it happened. I don't think N meant for it to happen, but it still did." "Well, I think your daughter did this on purpose to make N look bad. I bet she's faking it." Me still crying and in too much pain for patience, I say, "If you think I can make my ankle bend like that myself, then you're stupid." "How dare you?" Turns to the coach. "I want the police here for defamation of my daughter's character." I'm laughing because that's ridiculous. At this point, the referee comes over to check how I am and to let N know that, as she thought, she's red carded. N doesn't seem to care, but entitled mom explodes. "You can't red card my daughter. Red card that little B word. In fact, ban her from the game. She's putting it on purpose. Look." At this point, she kicks my ankle with her foot. It's not hard, but still agony because of the break. I screamed, and my mom jumped up to take on entitled mom. The other team's coach had to get between them to stop a fight. An ambulance shows up during this, and the paramedics come to help me. They managed to get both N and me laughing, and helped to secure my ankle so as not to cause more injury. My dad told them about what entitled mom had done, and one of the paramedics shook her head and said, "You can't help stupid, I guess." The police showed up while I was being sorted out. I didn't see this part, but was told about it by other players later. Entitled mom started yelling that my mom and I should be arrested for defamation. However, after being told by several witnesses what had happened, entitled mom was arrested for assault. I was taken to the hospital in the ambulance, my mom riding with me and dad driving the family car. It turned out that I had a break in 2 places in my ankle. I have a strong suspicion that one of the breaks was the result of entitled mom's kick, though that can't be proven. I had to wear a cast for 6 weeks and missed a week of school. N and other members of both teams came to visit me at home in the following days. Entitled mom was cautioned and released, but was issued with a lifetime touchline ban by the team's coach. She apparently tried to show up at a couple games, but other parents made her leave again. Thankfully, N is still lovely, and we remain friends to this day. Humanity is hopeless, guys. That is so ridiculous. This reminds me of another story that we read a while back where a Karen kicked a girl while she was having a seizure because she thought she was faking it. I'll put that in a card right here in the corner of the screen if you're interested in seeing it. It's kind of an older video. Anyway, at least she apparently got arrested over this, because no one should be able to get away with that. This next one is titled, "Entitled mom yells at me for telling her kid to stop throwing broken glass at my friend." So this happened a while ago. It's just I recently found this sub, and I thought you might enjoy. So flashback a few years, I was around 10 years old, and we were living in Italy. My dad is in the military, so we move around a lot. My dad was stationed there at the time. I live in a family of 8, and I'm homeschooled, as well as my siblings. Part of being homeschooled was every day at around 10:30, we would go to the park and play for 30 minutes, and then we would go back home. With the setup over with, let's get on with it. Me and my siblings head to the park. It's a gorgeous day, and my friend joins us. We all head to the park, and things seem to be going fine. Enter entitled mom and entitled kid. The entitled mom approaches the park with her kid in tow. We're used to this as the communities are really packed together. She sits on the park bench and pulls out her phone as her kid starts playing. The next few minutes were a doozy. Entitled kid finds a bottle on the ground. It's an old wine bottle. Looking back, I have no idea what a wine bottle was doing at a playground, but that's not important. He starts playing with it, pretending it's a sword, rolling it along the ground, etc. He then smashes it against the ground, shattering it into a million pieces. Entitled mom doesn't care. We stare, shocked at what happened. Me and my friend look at each other, baffled. The conversation goes as follows. I ask the kid, "Why did you do that?" Entitled kid responds, "Look at how cool it looks." "Let's just leave it alone," I say. Entitled kid proceeds to pick up piles of glass shards and throws them in the air. To this day, I have no idea how he didn't get any cuts on his hands from the sharp glass. We continue to try to convince him that broken glass is a dangerous thing, to which he replies, "Go play somewhere else." If that wasn't enough, he starts throwing them across the whole playground, laughing as he did it. I backed away, worried about the glass. My friend tries to intervene, but is met with a glass shard to the face. Now, I'm not good at making friends, but when I do, I can get really protective. I immediately call him out. "Look what you did," I said. Entitled kid responds, "I didn't know that was going to happen." My friend was on the ground, crying. This was enough to get entitled mom's attention. "What happened?" Entitled kid responds, "OP's friend got cut, then OP started yelling at me." Entitled mom turns to me, red in the face. "You don't get to yell at my son." My older brother tries to intervene. "Ma'am, your son was throwing broken glass shards at people. It was a hazard and OP's friend paid for it." "My son was just playing. OP's friend tripped and fell. I saw it." Me and my older brother just look at each other. Older brother then says, "No, he didn't. Everyone saw it." "Stop lying. You are a bad influence on my son. You all need to learn respect for your elders." She then ranted at us like we were 5 years old about how we were disrespectful and rude. Meanwhile, everyone at the park told her how wrong she was. One of the good things about having a big family is the fact that you have a lot of witnesses. She eventually left, and later the kid apologized. He ended up learning a lot from the whole experience and how his actions can hurt others. My friend was also okay, although he still has a visible mark to this day. I guess the moral of the story is, don't throw shards of glass at others, if that wasn't already obvious. This one is titled, I denied entitled mom her second dose because we don't have it. A customer calls my job about the vaccine. I work retail pharmacy. She said she was out of state and received her first dose and would like the second one. The technician handling her asked me to talk to the woman, and here we go. The woman says, "I would like my second shot for the COVID vaccine." "Ma'am, we don't have it," I respond. "But your website says I'm guaranteed the second dose." "I'm sorry, ma'am, but because we don't have it, I can't help you. Maybe if you go online and see who has it and explain your situation, they might be able to help." "Well, are you guys giving them to nursing homes?" "Not my store specifically, but yes." "And what happens when you have extra?" We ask the employees and caregivers of the facility if they have anyone there that would like one. "Okay, I get it. But after that?" "If we have any left over, then we try to get healthcare workers that fit the category of getting one." "And after that?" "Usually that's it." "Well, my daughter works for the company out of state, and she said if they have leftovers, they give them to family of the company workers. Why aren't you doing that?" "Because, ma'am, we have strict rules to follow who to administer the vaccine to." "Well, my daughter guaranteed me a second dose in this state. That's the only reason I got it." "Okay, and if we had the vaccine, I would try to help you, but we don't even have the proper equipment to store it, not the vaccine itself." "So you're saying you're no help at all?" "Unfortunately, ma'am, I can't give you something we don't have." "Well, my daughter and your website said I'm guaranteed the second dose." "I'm sorry, ma'am. You can still try to call the local fire department. They're giving out vaccines to whoever qualifies, and explain your situation. They can probably help you." Click, hangs up. I should have asked what state her daughter worked in and looked her up to ask why she's claiming another state can cater to her mom's needs. Oh well, she never called back. She really just did not want to listen. With the vaccine starting to go around now, I can just tell there's gonna be a whole new wave of people acting like they're entitled to get it before anyone else. Pay no mind to the people whose lives depend on it and will die without it. Let's just give it to Karen first because she deserves it. And I'd be willing to bet that at least some of these people that think they're entitled to get it first are the same people that go into stores without a mask on.
Oh, you just touched me. I really wish you
No, I touched you.
Here,
I'm gonna get COVID.
And that was our /entitled parents. As always, drop a like and subscribe to see more. Thanks for watching, all you beautiful people, and I will catch you next time.